Hello everyone, I'm JG and welcome back to Music Forever, where today I'm reviewing a new single from Weezer, Mexican Fender. Alright folks, we're finally talking about Weezer again here on my channel. I've already reviewed their first single from their upcoming album, Feels Like Summer, on my channel. I'm going to have that linked in the description, as well as at the end of the video here. You can click on that on the screen and it'll take you to that review. But, right now let's focus on Mexican Fender, this new song that they've released, along with some other new information, including a release date for their upcoming album, Pacific Daydream, which is coming out October 27th, I believe. I may have gotten that date slightly off, but it's around that time when that album is coming out. And, I'm somewhat excited, given that I'm a pretty big Weezer fan. Now, if you remember my review for Feels Like Summer and just kind of to sum up what my thoughts on that song were, I did enjoy that song, and I know that the reception to that song was somewhat mixed. There were some people like me that didn't enjoy it, but there were some people that didn't really like it at all. But ultimately, I thought it was an enjoyable song, and ever since it's been released, way back in March now, I have listened to it casually ever since, really. Now, with this new song here being released in August, like I said before, there was a big gap between when they released Feels Like Summer and this song here. And there was also a renaming of their upcoming album, which was originally supposed to be the Black Album. And originally, about the time of that, when that was still a thing, I saw things online, interviews and articles, things of that sort, saying how the Black Album was supposed to be more like a darker Weezer album and things like that. And, I was kind of interested to see where that would possibly go, given that Weezer weren't exactly the darkest band in the world, but whenever they did start to move in that direction, they've done good in the past, like on Pinkerton, for example. But, after hearing this song and Feels Like Summer as well, I'm starting to think that that concept has kind of been abandoned in favor of Pacific Daydream, which is, not the Black Album. It's a different album entirely, it seems. And, because this song definitely has a very upbeat feel to it as well, kind of like Feels Like Summer, but in a very different way as well. This track definitely has a more organic sort of rock-driven feel to it. Feels Like Summer had more electronic elements thrown in there, but this track here is a lot more rock-oriented, with just a steady sort of typical Weezer guitar riff thrown in there, and things of that sort. I also like how the lyrics here on this song are, very much Weezer, if you know what I'm talking about by that. If you're a Weezer fan, you know what I mean when I say the lyrics here are very Weezer. They just have that sort of storytelling feel to them, with a bit of quirkiness, but not too quirky, that, it just makes it a very interesting story that Rivers Como is telling here on this track. His vocals are nice here on the song as well, and overall I'd have to say the song is a very interesting and a very just, solid track. The thing is, it just doesn't really stand out to me in any way as being particularly strong, I guess is what I'm trying to get at here. With Feels Like Summer, even though that song was definitely poppier than this track is, and definitely less rock-oriented, I still feel like that track had a bit more to come back to, with a very big, grandiose sort of chorus to it that just instantly kind of gets stuck in your head. And I feel like this track is kind of lacking that aspect to it. I'm not saying that all songs need to have a really big, catchy chorus or anything like that. In fact, there's plenty of great music out there that is pretty much devoid of that. But this song here, I just kind of feel like it is an enjoyable song, and I do like the more rock-oriented direction that it's going in, and I'm hoping that the rest of the album will be more like that. But still, the track just doesn't stand out to me all that much as being super interesting in the grand scheme of things, and I'm hoping that the rest of the album may be a bit more interesting. But given that Feels Like Summer and this song are going to be on that upcoming album that's already been confirmed, I do expect this album to be maybe a bit diverse in terms of the sounds that they're going for. And it's not to say that the two tracks are exactly so different from each other that they would feel awkward on the same album. I think they could definitely work. It's just, I'm wondering if there are going to be some more tracks leaning more towards the electronics and, just the poppier side of Weezer as seen on Feels Like Summer, or if we're going to have a lot more rock-driven tracks like this song here, Mexican Fender. And once again, I do want to stress that I do enjoy this song, even though I just don't think it's the most, I guess you could say, strong Weezer song that's ever been released. Definitely better than a lot of songs Weezer has released in the past, but still, the storytelling here on this track, the vocals, just the guitars in general, are all very nice and enjoyable. I think the strongest aspect of this track actually is the lyrics and the storytelling that's presented here, kind of like on Feels Like Summer as well. But still, I just don't think this track has as much of a, memorable feel to it as the first single had, or some of Weezer's past singles had as well. But overall, that's just really my opinion on this track, and you can feel free to have your own. And of course, maybe I will grow to like it more in time between now and when the album's released, and maybe I'll grow to like it more in the context of the album itself. But I believe I saw online that this was actually supposed to be the first song on the album itself. So I think it's, an average starter at this point. But, you know, I'm still excited for this album, and I'm excited to see where Weezer takes their career in their next album. So, yeah, that's my opinion on the album. Not the album, the song, rather. So, yeah, leave a like on the video and subscribe if you enjoyed this review. I'll definitely be reviewing this new Weezer album when it drops in October, so you don't want to miss out on that. So, you know, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Comment down below your thoughts on this song. Do you like it more than Feels Like Summer? Do you like Feels Like Summer more? Comment down below which do you prefer and why. I'd be interested in knowing why. Follow me on all the social medias I have linked in the description, and stay golden.